from Global Kingston, this is Global News Morning.
An honor to have you join us on this Monday. It is the 13th of February. Yeah, we're almost halfway through the month. And Megan is off today. Joining us, we have Erin Strickland. Good morning, Erin.
Good morning, Bill. How have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. I saw you walking around this morning. I go, oh, Erin, I think I remember her. Yeah, but a great weekend. You could not like it. It was beautiful, lots of sunshine, warm temperatures, a lot of that snow starting to melt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You stayed in yesterday, though.
I did. I know. I have beautiful windows in my apartment, big windows. I could see it was beautiful and sunny, and I just hibernated most of the day.
You were anticipating the Super Bowl. That's what you couldn't wait for.
Exactly. The Rihanna halftime show. Exactly.
And you were cheering for Kansas City?
100%.
Okay. Because they won.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Didn't know if you knew that.
I do know that.
Oh, okay. I like when the underdog wins, so that was good to see Kansas City win. But yeah, it was a Super Bowl for the ages. We'll talk a little bit about the entertainment aspect of the Super Bowl for the dirt a little bit later. But yeah, more sunshine on tap for today, and still temperatures are above average.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we could see a little bit of flurry activity much later on today. So a good start to the day. We should climb to around 3 degrees for some parts of the region. I know not as warm as yesterday, but still that is above average. Some parts of the region could actually hit around 5 degrees. We start the day off with some sunshine and then clouding over, and again, with those clouds, we're dealing with some flurry activity, maybe a rain-snow mix much later in the day. And a wind chill, but feeling like around -8 to -10 as you head out the door this morning. I'll talk you through the next 5 days coming up in just a moment. Spring-like temperatures, let me tell you. But first, over to Erin Strickland.
Thanks, Bill. Kingston police have released information about an investigation they say was launched Wednesday afternoon after a boy was approached by a stranger at his downtown school. According to police, a boy under the age of 10 was approached while playing in the schoolyard just after 1 p.m. Police say the male suspect asked the young child to perform specific acts in return for money. Investigators say there was no physical contact between the suspect and the child. The suspect, believed to be a man, was wearing a dark winter hat, possibly with a pom-pom, aviator-style sunglasses, a bandana scarf covering a portion of his face, winter jacket, dark pants, black boots, and he was wearing a backpack. The male suspect traveled on foot in the area of Brock and Berry Streets before following the encounter. Lennox and Addington OPP are looking for a 56-year-old Mark Badgley, last seen on February 10th near County Road 9 and Little Creek Road. He may be with a German Shepherd named Tegan. Badgley is described as 5'7", 145 pounds, short salt and pepper hair, and possibly wearing a tanned Carhartt jacket, black and gold snowmobile gloves, jeans, and black snowmobile boots. If you have any information regarding their whereabouts, please contact the OPP. After a scary incident on the Wolf Island ferry dock at Dawson Point, the union representing ferry workers says there's a clear solution. Ryan Pettigrew explains.
It was a scary incident, according to eyewitness accounts.
While the ship was unloading, it backed away from the port, causing someone to slip and fall off of the ramp.
Eyewitnesses say that after the ferry seemingly docked, a dump truck began pulling off the boat while pedestrians walked off. As the dump truck drove off, the ferry pulled backwards, opening a gap between the two gates and nearly plunging a pedestrian into the frigid water below.
The ferry dock ramp is just sagged like to the water level, basically.
James says the man who nearly fell into the water was a friend of his and that he was saved by a few people walking in behind him who pulled him back to safety.
Apparently he was inches from the water.
James says his friend is all right, but now the question remains, how could something like this have happened? McLaren says it comes down to inexperienced, non-unionized workers.
When they bring in the temporary agency employees, it's certainly hard on our guys.
The MTO has said it's a ramp failure, but it wasn't a ramp failure. There were inexperienced people working on the boat.
Global News reached out to the Ministry of Transportation for comment on the matter. The MTO responded with an email statement which said, MTO takes the incident very seriously. We are cooperating with Transport Canada and a full internal investigation will be conducted to determine the cause. The ministry declined further comment. As for making sure that problems like this don't happen again, McLaren says it's simple. pay the unionized workers more.
This is a public safety concern. A lot of us have done this job for a long period of time and come up through the ranks. It's a very dangerous job, and you need people that know what they're doing.
Ryan Pettigrew, Global News, Wolfe Island.
Hundreds of Kingstonians gathered at Crawford Wharf to take part in the annual Polar Plunge. Divers were braving the cold water for more than just fun. They were freezing for a reason. Fawaz Muhammad Yusuf has more.
3, 2, 1, jump!
It was a packed scene at Crawford Wharf as citizens from across the city gathered to take part in this year's Polar Plunge.
It was cold, a little chilly.
Individuals, groups of friends, and co-workers all banded together to make a huge splash. In more ways than one.
We work very closely with Special Olympics. The money that we raise goes directly to them.
But for retired police officer Ian McLaughlin, it's about more than the money.
A fellow I work with, Jeff Northrup, was killed in the line of duty back in July of 2021. And he was a big Special Olympics sporter. His daughter was a Special Olympics competitor, so it's for his memory.
This was his first year, but he doesn't intend for it to be his last.
Absolutely, I think this will be an annual fundraiser for our club.
The organizer set a goal of $40,000, a target the community had no trouble achieving.
The Kingston community has been amazing. They've come together to raise almost $60,000, and I'm sure we'll be up over $60,000 by the end of today.
The event will return next year for what will be its 12th consecutive year in Kingston. And if you're having cold feet about taking part in next year's event,
get down here, get in the water.
Fawaz Muhammad Yusuf, Global News, Kingston.
And now let's head over to Bill Welichka for a first look at this morning's forecast. Good morning, Bill. What can we expect today?
Well, we start off the day with some sunshine and then clouding over, and with those clouds, we're dealing with a chance of flurries much later in the day. I'll show you our futurecast images here. Really not much to talk about until around 9 p.m. We could be dealing with a light rain snow mix, certainly not a lot in the way of accumulation, and then some sunshine tomorrow. Wednesday, we could be seeing some rain, maybe a couple of millimeters, if that. Right now, -5 for Kingston, just a few clouds overhead. A wind chill feeling like -8 as you head out the door. And for Belleville, good morning to you. +5 for you today. Again, starting off with some sunshine and then clouding over in the afternoon. 6 degrees tomorrow, that's +6. You could be hitting double-digit highs on Wednesday. 1 to 2 millimeters of rain. These are all well above average. Brockville, 6 degrees both today and tomorrow. That rain snow mix much later in the day. A lot of sunshine for you tomorrow, and then Wednesday, 1 to 2 millimeters of rain. Double digits for you. How about 11 degrees for you midweeks? Miss Falls, 4 degrees today at rain snow mix much later in the day. 5 degrees for Tuesday. Enjoy some sunshine, and then +9 on Wednesday, 1 to 2 millimeters of rain. Kingston, here's how our next 5 days are unfolding. We'll get to 4 degrees today, 3 degrees tomorrow. We could be dealing with some light rain later in the day. For us, no double digits on Wednesday. We do get to 9 degrees, though, with 1 to 2 millimeters of rain. 7 on Thursday, much the same conditions. And then we drop to end the week, -2 with the rain snow mix. So spring-like temperatures are here for a while, and then we return to the normal winter-like temperatures. A swimming snake in Australia has stunned a dad and his kids after casually slithered into their backyard pool for a quick dip.
Oh! He's up. Going in? What is he doing?
I'm not sure if you want to go in there, bro.
Now you can snake an apple. Now you can.
I love the commentary. The huge carpet python caught the family off guard last week as it tested the waters in their Brisbane pool on a blistering hot day when the mercury hit 32.3 degrees Celsius. Now, carpet pythons are not venomous snakes. They are found across the northeast coast of Australia, including Brisbane. But I think the dad's thinking when he first saw this, why is our pool noodle moving on its own?
Yes.
That's what he's thinking.
I'm sure the snake is very grateful that they had a pool for him to cool down in. But it almost looks like he's struggling to get out.
They're really good climbers. Yeah. Coming up at 7:20, Dwayne Henner from KCCU is here to talk about what you need to know for tax season. Yep, it is approaching that deadline, 7:50. The Dirt is coming up with Monica. We'll have some entertaining aspects of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
For highlights, and at 8:20, we'll give you a little tee-up of the Family Day Teddy Bear Clinic.
Oh, yes. All right. Stay with us. We're back after the break.